It's been 2 weeks since I last heard from my brother. But he left a note that led me to this place. I felt as though something was calling me here. Mafuyu.
Fatal Frame, developed by Tecmo and released in 2002 for the PlayStation 2 and Xbox. Miku's brother Mafuyu has been missing for 2 weeks, so she travels to the Himuro mansion where he was last known to be going in search of his mentor. The mansion is old, falling apart, and full of malevolent spirits that wish to make Miku one of them. Armed with the Camera Obscura left by her brother, Miku must seal away the evil spirits and find out what happened to her missing sibling. Fatal Frame is a third-person survival horror action game where the player must find useful items, solve puzzles, and fight evil spirits as Miku searches for her brother. In the game's prologue, you play as Mafuyu as he searches the mansion before his disappearance. Then, afterwards, you take the role of Miku as you search for him. Your sole mode of attack is the Camera Obscura, a special item that damages the ghosts and seals their spirits away. The camera does use film, however, so be very, very careful when using it, and make sure not to waste it. You do find more film and stronger film as you play through the game. A ghostly presence is indicated by a meter in the bottom right of the screen that lights up either blue or orange. If it's blue, that means there's usually a clue or an event around the environment that you have to search for. If it turns orange, that means there's a ghost around, and they can either be helpful or hostile. When you bring up the camera, you'll get the targeting circle. Keeping the ghost inside the targeting circle will begin to charge the camera up. Once it's full, you'll do maximum damage. Sometimes the ring will light up orange. When this happens, you can execute a special shot to do even more damage and force the ghost back. Not all ghosts operate the same, though. Different ghosts have different modes of attack and movements. Some will wander around the room, move around the ceiling, come up from the floors, and try different modes of attack, so always be on guard. Defeating ghosts will get you spirit points, which you use to upgrade your camera, and you can upgrade 3 parameters, such as the range that the camera will detect ghosts, the speed of the charge, and the maximum power of the camera itself. You can also unlock special features for the camera, such as the ability to slow ghosts down, make them appear more visible so you can charge your camera, and others. If the ghosts get too close and manage to attack you, they'll take health away, which is indicated by a bar that appears on the right side of the screen. You can heal back up with herbal medicines that you find throughout the game. Save points come in the form of cameras littered throughout the game. If you find one and it's lit blue, then it's safe to save your game. But if it goes orange, that means that there's an evil spirit in the room that you must defeat before you can save. Just like all things Japanese horror, Fatal Frame does a fantastic job of creating atmosphere. It's dark, creepy, and makes great use of light and shadow. It does have a lot of blink and you'll miss it moments as well. Sometimes there will be a ghost off in the distance, or a photo opportunity that you have to be really fast to catch. The sound department is really where Fatal Frame excels. There's detail in all the creaks and cracks that you make throughout the game, and the ghostly moans and voices are truly chilling. The voice acting is your standard horror fare. The voice actors aren't terrible, but they're not great either. The graphics in the game are also very well done. The character models look good, and the backgrounds have a lot of detail in them, and it definitely has a style of its own. Tecmo did a fantastic job on the ghost designs as well. Each ghost has their own unique look and feel, and when they move around the environment, they leave around cool little distortions around them. The controls in Fatal Frame are fine, and they work well enough, but just like a lot of fixed-angle 3D action games, when you move to a new area and the camera changes, your controls can sometimes get reset, causing you to move in the wrong direction and mess up where you're going. Also, to move into certain areas and climb stairs, you sometimes have to be standing at an exact spot in order to pass through. It can sometimes get annoying, and it wastes time. Not including the prologue, Fatal Frame takes place over 4 nights. Each night, the ghosts get more and more aggressive and more deadly. As you progress, the story gets darker, deeper, and more intriguing as you play. The game also claims that it's based on a true story, but the validity of that is still being argued to this day. And also, the based on a true story title was only added in releases outside of Japan, making it even more confusing. True story or not, this is still one of the scariest games I have ever played. So far, Fatal Frame has spawned 4 sequels and a spin-off title. The latest game was just released for the Wii U recently in Japan. Sadly, America only got Fatal Frame 2, 3, and the Spirit camera game for the 3DS. Fatal Frame 4 for the Wii was never released here. Finding a physical copy of Fatal Frame might be an issue. It's become kinda hard to find lately, and the prices for physical copies of the game are usually ridiculous. However, it is available on PlayStation Network for pretty cheap. I can't recommend this game enough, as it is one of the best survival horror experiences out there, and truly one of the most terrifying games ever made. Well guys, that's going to do it for this episode of the 31 Games of Halloween. Please leave a like and a comment down below, and subscribe if you haven't already, and please share with your friends. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you tomorrow on day 29 of the 31 Games of Halloween. Have a good night.